Welcome back to Confident Real Estate. I'm your host, JC. Today we're going to take a look at a property tour of a 3-family property that we looked at yesterday. We're going to look at some footage. We're also going to talk about the pros and cons of what happens when you buy from somebody or are looking to buy from somebody who is representing themselves. This was a for sale by owner situation, no broker involved. Unfortunately, the owner was not really market savvy, so that led to some complications. There are pros and cons when no broker is involved. One of the pros being that you can usually negotiate a reduction of the purchase price because the seller is not paying a broker a 3 to 6% commission on the sale of the property. So you could usually negotiate some percentage off the purchase price because they are saving on the broker. Here was a unique situation. It was a great location. My investment partner and I went and took a look at it because we really love the area. We decided to go in on a property together. It's our first time buying in this particular area. We've done our market research. Like I've said in numerous videos now, you have to know the market inside out. Just know the basics of why people live there, what drives that market forward, what does that neighborhood offer. There's plenty of videos I've done on it. There's even a couple more that go more into detail on it that are coming soon. Hit like, hit subscribe. You'll find those videos that I've already done, and if you hit the notification bell, you'll be on the notification for those new videos that are coming that go more into detail about market analysis. Anyway, let's get into the video. You're going to see exactly, like I said, why you do your basic due diligence. You look up the taxes. You look up what the basic comparables are in the surrounding area, not the other side of town, but within like a 4 or 5 block area, what's available. And you go from there and you have some leverage because you know the market. Unfortunately, if the seller does not know the market and is not interested in what the market has to say, well, that's another story. But it was interesting nonetheless, and I think you're going to learn something from it. So let's get into it. Okay, we're here in North Jersey, just outside New York City. We're going to go take a look at a property that is for sale by owner. We found it by walking around in the neighborhood. That was one of the target neighborhoods we're looking to invest in. It's a 3-family. They are asking a bit over what the market really demands of the property right now. There's supposedly some major renovations that need to be done to at least one of the units, and some other less serious material renovations that need to be done to some of the other units. So we're gonna go take a look at it and see what they have to say. And the neighborhood's great. We've walked it, we targeted it. In this area, I will say not a lot of units come with in-unit laundry. They do tend to have some buildings do tend to have coin-operated laundry in the basement. The beauty of this property is it is right on the main avenue with all the shopping within walking distance, public transportation, buses to the city are at the corner, trains to the city are maybe 8-block walk, shopping is 1 block away, and a laundromat is 2 doors down, which means I don't have to install any kind of washer or dryer or maintain any of that. So that's a benefit as well. So we'll take a look and see what it says, see what we think about it, and see what the owner of the property who's selling it without a broker thinks about it as well. I think we're going to think different opinions, but we'll see. The fact, this is what I wanted to see, like it goes through, it goes through one bedroom into the other bedroom. It's not off the living room. So it's just something we have to consider. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. It's a nice sized living room though. Hi, how are you?
That's my cousin.
So this is a good looking kitchen. Yeah. Here the bedroom's got hardwood, and the other ones it was carpeted, so that has to come up. And then closet, same layout basically.
Yeah. Basically same little lines, a new kitchen I put it in.
Yeah.
Can see outside. Good view.
I'm gonna come there in a second. Bathroom to be redone.
Yeah.
Dead mouse in the light.
There's a mouse?
Yeah.
It
happens.
Building, you know how it is.
Yeah.
I drive yellow cab, Manhattan.
Yeah.
In the night you see that big grass running around
Oh yeah.
on the streets.
Oh yeah.
They look like cats.
They look
This one's in pretty good shape. It needs touch up, but it's in decent shape otherwise. Yeah, it's a laminate, but that's, you know, for rental purposes, it's fine.
What happened in my lifetime, I cannot sell it. I'll give it to my daughter and son. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Come to you with it.
That's why we buy property, to pass along to our kids.
God bless. All of us.
Yep. So as you see in the video, the real issue was it was advertised as a 3-bedroom on the second floor unit and a 3-bedroom on the third floor unit, but unfortunately they're not traditional 3-bedroom units. The master bedroom doesn't have any closet space, and it has this door that leads into a very small bedroom that could be an enormous master closet, but it's really too big to be a closet and barely big enough to be a bedroom. Legally, it is a bedroom because we did our research on that, but you have to go through the master bedroom in order to access it. So it's like a nursery. It doesn't really work for every type of family. So to advertise it as a 3-bedroom for rent is a little bit of a challenge and difficult. So when the seller's asking to price it as a 3-bedroom, but you can't really rent it as a 3-bedroom, that's a problem. So that obviously was one of the situations that brought to our attention only when we did the walkthrough. Just reading the listing and talking to the seller, that was not made apparent to us. So that's why you do these tours. Another thing that we learned while touring the property that you wouldn't learn unless you were physically at the property was as we went up the back area that was basically a egress area, it was a fire escape, it was all made out of wood, which was kind of the way it was done back in the day when this property was built. Now they're made out of metal, and the wood was in really bad condition. My investment partner and I both commented afterward that we felt like, you know, we're bigger guys, and if we were running on that wooden stair going out from a fire, we probably would have fallen through the stairs at certain points because the wood was just so weak. So that was a big problem for us. So now we have gone through the property. We've seen the units, we've seen the common elements. The first floor unit we were not able to see because the people are difficult tenants that would have to be removed before we closed on the property. That was part of the discussion we had with the seller, that it had to be delivered vacant, and she assured us she could do that. Whether or not that's realistic, we would find out during a real due diligence when we reviewed the lease for that first floor tenant. But she did show us pictures of the first floor, and she was willing to represent to us that the pictures could be attached to the contract, and she would materially represent that those pictures match exactly what the first floor unit would look like when she delivered it to us. And if the tenant had done damage between the time she took the pictures and the time they've been living there before they vacated, she would fix it up and restore it to the condition that it was in the picture. So that put us at ease on that point. But then we got into talk about the purchase price and the specifics, the taxes, and the numbers in general. We did our homework on the numbers. Unfortunately, the seller did not do their homework on the numbers and was not really ready to hear what we had to say about it, as you'll see. You're asking what?
I was asking $650.
Okay, just out of curiosity,
Yeah.
last January you listed it for $620, and then a month later you lowered it to $6, and then at the end of March you pulled it off. So just...
No, I gave it to Yolanda to put it there. What prices she was putting on, I don't know. I want 6 clean. You understand?
Yeah.
She's my friend.
I
okay?
hear you.
So
She's a broker?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
she used to be with. And I said to her, what you do, what you don't do, that's not my business. I need 6 clean. I don't have to pay out of 6 anything. So look,
Yeah.
I owe.
Okay.
Rental income pays my water bill,
Yeah.
pays my mortgage,
Right.
okay? Pays my property tax because this has only $800 per month. Property tax, $10,000 a year.
It's actually $12,000 a year.
No, used to be. It went down. They did
Alright.
assessment last year.
You're,
I have a paperwork from the city.
do you have this?
Yeah.
Because your open taxes now, your August 1st bill's still open on the city.
I wasn't here.
Oh, okay.
Because
So,
COVID-19,
well, FYI,
you
just so
know.
you know. It's,
No, I paid them. When I came,
yeah.
I paid them $2,500. So it's
Okay.
fine.
All right. So that's one thing I got to look
Yeah.
into. All right.
You can look at it. See,
how many square feet is it?
You measure it. I don't know.
Because it's on record at about 3,300 square feet. So it's $650 or about $200 a square foot, and the second floor needs renovation.
Look, I do understand that. I'm selling it as it is.
I hear you.
It's worth it for you, buy it. If it's not worth it, you know.
I hear you. Just in a real
that's how I'm selling
conversation, your
it.
price per square foot is about $20 a square foot higher than properties that are selling now that are already more finished.
Somebody will come along. If it's not the thing you want, you know.
We're going to have a conversation. But
because believe me, I'm not going to, you know.
I want you to, at least you have my phone number too, right? We'll be in touch, but you have my phone number and we're going to have a conversation about it.
Yeah, because
but I want you to stay in touch with us, because as time goes on,
as it is,
and that's fine. It's just, I'm willing to buy it as is, but it's got to be at the right price. So that's it. That was the tour. It was obviously very interesting when there's no broker involved who knows the market and understands the market research and analytics of what prices are per square foot, what things rent for, what could really be called the 3-bedroom versus what's not a traditional 3-bedroom. And it's just an owner who's selling it who doesn't want to hear what you're telling them that's the market demand. It becomes an interesting situation. But we are going to make an offer. It is likely going to be rejected because it is not going to be where the seller wants it to be. But the seller is asking for a price that the market just doesn't demand. We're going to make an offer that is dictated by what the comparables for recent sales are in the 5 blocks surrounding that building, and based on what the rentals are that we can get, and accounting for what it's going to cost us to upgrade two of those units out of the 3, especially the second floor unit that needs a total gut renovation, in order to get it into position to rent for the maximum amount that the market dictates. So that offer will be rejected. But the reason we're going to go forward with it is because we are submitting a written offer. The seller has now met us. We've had conversations. We've been professional. They know that we come to the table with market knowledge and that we're not BSing them and wasting their time. We've clearly done our homework. So we're going to come forward with a written offer. They're going to have our contact information. Now, they're going to reject it. I fully expect that. But as the months go on, because their price is so ridiculous based on the market comparables, they're not going to get that price. As the months go on, they may get to a point where they just want to unload this property. The seller had told us that they have some health concerns and they really just don't have the energy for the stress of managing a property, especially one where you live there. And if there's a problem, people come knock on your door day or night because they know you're in the building. So they'll have our information. They won't like our offer. But as the months go on, they may reach out to us in the future and say, you know what, I'm ready to accept your offer. But at that point, we'll look at where the market is. More than likely, they're going to be grasping at straws at that point, and now we have the leverage. That's really what investing is about. Creating leverage, having confidence, having knowledge, knowing the power of the position that you're in. So for us, if the seller comes back to us down the road and says, I'm ready to accept your offer, that's going to tell us that they have gotten nothing better and they're a little bit grasping at straws. And at that point, quite honestly, we are probably going to submit a new offer based on a second look at the property and another run of the numbers. And it is probably going to be slightly lower than the offer we're initially making now. But we'll see. Maybe it'll be the same offer, but with some concessions in place that the seller's not ready to give at this point in time, but maybe willing to give down the road. So we give them the price that we initially offered now, but we get some concessions back, which really ends up in our favor. But for some reason, human nature, sellers tend to think, I got that price, so I'm happy, even though they gave us concessions back that really lowered what they ended up walking away from the table with. But it is what it is. I hope you guys got something out of it. I hope you found this enjoyable, interesting, useful, whatever. Go out, take some tours yourself, start to understand the markets you want to invest in. You have questions, hit us up with comments. Otherwise, hit like, hit subscribe, and we'll see you next time.